Oh my goodness. I think we're live. Of course we are. That little red light came on. So I've got to live up to the title, Max Rants. So here we go. Rant, 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 double rant, rant, and rant. But instead of ranting, let me rant about people who rant. How about this? A bunch of whiny ass Canadians, okay? And an obliging American press. Let's do this. This is funny. The New York Post, usually a good paper, I said usually, not always, alleges that Canadians are canceling their American vacations en masse. That means a whole bunch, lots and lots, mostly. The answer to that is not. No, no, no. The use of en masse is more than a slight exaggeration. It's an out and out fib. It's a lie. It's an untruth. You understand? Florida and Texas, these are really popular hangouts for your vacation Canucks, and they're reporting record numbers of Canadians taking advantage of the weather. Seems to fly in the face of Canadians canceling en masse, don't you think? Well, let's move along. Canceling en masse. That means they're canceling in the middle. They're canceling in the middle of a Catholic church service. Not that mass. A bunch mass. Let's move along. Okay. Air and land travel, according to the FAA and the AAA, are barely impacted. They're saying it's pretty much what it usually is this time of year. Of course, you've got small and very loud groups of Canadians, and they're telling the press, nobody wants to go to the United States, eh? And of course, the press has picked up on it. After all, isn't it the duty of the press to keep you nervous, agitated, or outright scared shitless so that you'll come back again and again and again and notice their ads in passing? Maybe. Well, the press lies. The New York Post is no real exception. Canadians know that for decades they've been levying really heavy, unfair tariffs on the United States, especially on our dairy goods and dairy products. They know that. So why whine now when Mr. Trump says, well, how about a 25% tariff on you guys? I mean, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Their dairy tariffs are nearly 60%. So we hit them 25. Well, and those are on hold pending some response from Justin Trudeau, the incompetent piglet who runs Canada right now. But it's got all the panic junkies up in arms. It's a doomsday tariff plan. Americans and Canadians, panic junkies. Oh my God, not that. Oh my God, no. You understand, Trudeau, he won't negotiate in good faith. He probably doesn't know how. He's a weak leader, and he's hated by people on both sides of the 49th parallel. For those of you who don't know, that's the American-Canadian border. Well, the United States press, in this case the New York Post, claim a Canadian exodus would cost the U.S. economy $2.1 billion and over 14,000 jobs. So they looked around and they found one of these panic junkies, some jackass named Tarini, an unimaginative Canuck, with an axe to grind against Mr. Trump and the United States. And he blurted out, you'll love this, we're mad as hell and we won't take it anymore. Yeah, great, really creative. Yeah, you watch too many old movies, you piece of crap. Anyway, Tarini, an avid anti-Trumper, a Trump derangement syndrome victim, a victim of Musk derangement syndrome. You know, I'm not even going to reprint all of his whining and unsubstantiated roaring. You can go to the New York Post for that. There's a link somewhere here. You find it, click it. Canadians also, I can understand why they resent the words, the 51st state of the United States. I can understand that. But part of that is guilt. Canadians realize their own insignificance. I mean, after all, they're not even a real country. Hell, Canada is more of a bedroom community to the U.S. Has that got you angry? Hey, hosers, got you angry? Well, what about it? We'll go on, hey? Okay. I spoke with David Haley. He owns a very popular vacation spot in Fort Lauderdale, and that's a place where Canadians often come to winter. He says, and I quote, "We're booked solid as usual. There's no decline in interest here. Our Canadian friends continue to line up and come on down as soon as a vacancy pops up." End quote. Oh, that sure puts the lie to the headline I was reading in the New York Post. Oh, what the hell? Let's go on here. Americans, on the other hand, are not boycotting Canadian travel. In fact, they're actually helping to support their flagging economy. The weak Canadian dollar and a bunch of English speakers make it a favorite summer vacation spot for a lot of Americans. Hell, last year, more than 707,000 Americans crossed the border into Canada. That's up 23% over last year. So I was reading along and looking for somebody who has a statement, and this one hit me right from Representative Nick LaLota, Republican, New York. He says, I'll try to do this without laughing, quote, "We'll happily welcome our little brother back, whether it's as our 51st state or as a trading partner at a table that's more balanced." End quote. That's how I feel too. How about you? Eh?